Hello, everyone. I'm Suzanne, Eaglin, and I'm with my good friend, Connie Bivens, and we're here to talk about this great movie. Welcome to All Things Hallmark. Woo! Hello, Connie.
Hey, Suzanne. This is a
All right,
lot.
everyone. All right, everyone. We want you to like and subscribe. So please do that now. We don't want you to miss anything, and we want to know who's watching our videos. We want to make sure that we see that somebody else has watched it. So this movie is really good, and just in case you didn't watch the first one, we've been away for a couple of weeks. Life has been happening. I have been emotionally and exhausted and trying to keep my life in order and keep myself emotionally happy, which I am. And so I'm grateful for Hallmark movies. And Connie, what you been doing over there?
Girl, I've been enjoying myself, with grandkids, nieces, and all of that. But technically, y'all, I've been babysitting. I'm just saying.
The job of a
It's been great.
grandmother.
Yes, but it's been great. It's been great. But we're glad you all came back. For those of you that watched the first one, as you can see, we're dressed in identical clothing. Because we definitely wanted to get these movies out to you all. These takeaways, these life lessons that we're sharing with you all, I just want you to know they're important to us and you're important to us. And that's why we want to share this. So we definitely, like Suzanne said, we want you to like and share and subscribe to our channel and tell other people about it. If for nothing else, they can get a good laugh out of how naive you all think we are that we can get life lessons from Hallmark.
Because I believe you can get a life lesson anywhere if you're looking for one. And that's why we're able to get them, because we're looking for life lessons.
Right.
Okay, so the name of this movie is A Brush of Love. It's one of Hallmark's spring love movies that they brought to the romance channel. And I'm out inside in my backyard. You guys should know by now I love, 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 love being outside. It's very good emotionally, helps me stay strong and healthy. And if you can listen, there is a bird right behind me in this tree just chirping away. And it's pretty late in the evening. Very soon the sun will probably go down. But this just makes me feel so good. And you're liable to see one of my animals who's really, really big come and stop by. So I can't control it if one of my animals come by. But I have two dogs because I'm a dog owner and lover of animals, and I believe in rescuing animals. But we'll save that for another day. Let's get into it, Connie.
Okay, well, I enjoy the birth of love. I love the fact that you know just the artistic part of it. Some of the pictures that they showed during this particular movie were some beautiful paintings, and so I really enjoyed that. But in this particular movie, we've got Jamie and Max, and Jamie is an artist, but she's put it down because in the past she submitted her paintings for a show and they didn't get picked, and so it kind of left her feeling some kind of way. And because of that, she kind of walked away from getting out there and publicizing her work. But she did have she walked away from that and opened up a paint studio. And so she had young people coming in and she was teaching them how to paint. And in doing that, a gentleman came by. There was another paint show that was getting ready to happen. And he made mention to a coworker that he would like to take painting lessons. And he ends up walking into Jamie's shop. And it was a day when the children were there. So he kind of went to
right.
And so, but I just really liked the part, just the painting part. It was a fresh perspective, because if you've noticed here lately, most of our shows on Hallmark, the folks are cooks. If you notice, they're cooking, and there was just a trend going on. So seeing an artist, having an artist in there was definitely a welcome change. And so, yeah. And then Max, he is this, can I say it, freelancer. Now he's degreed, and I can't remember, so don't y'all blame me, but I know it had something to do with not architecture, but landscaping. And he'd gotten his degree, and he was very good at it from the impression that they give and whatnot. But he was a freelancer. He was just living life. He didn't really believe in putting down roots and having to stay in one place for any length of time. And so because of that, people begin to judge him. But that's who he was. And he's also the brother of a friend of Jamie's. And so it's interesting how even that part plays into the movie and the movie as the storyline as it goes on.
I like that. So I'm just gonna dive in. So immediate, okay. My life lesson is, we've all taken, or well, I won't say that we've all done it, but in sociology, we learn very quickly about what society has considered the norm and traditional. And we are definitely in a era right now that we don't have time for traditional norms. Everybody is making their way so that they can be happy. And the current saying is living their best lives. And I feel like that's what Matt was doing. He was living his best life. He was happy. He didn't let grass grow underneath his feet. So he was adventurous and he traveled and he's seen everything. And for some people, they need to do all of that in order to be happy and to live a good life. So his own sister didn't see him as a stable person, but he was stable. He knew what grounded him in his heart. And so my first life lesson is, hey, people may judge you. People who are close to you may have an ideal of what they think your perfect life should be. But don't believe the hype. Believe what's in your heart. Live for yourself. Live your best life based off of what is your normal. It doesn't have to look like your best friend and it doesn't have to look like your sibling, as long as you are being your authentic, happy self and you're, living a healthy life. And so that's what I noticed with Matt, that he was more free-spirited, but he was healthy and he was happy. And that's what we all want.
There used to be that saying, do you? And so,
do you, baby? Yeah, do you, boo? Yeah, I remember it.
Absolutely. Can I say this, Suzanne? You don't get to make that choice like that when you're out there, becoming the father of the nation, when you're spreading kids everywhere and you're having children back to back. So make good decisions so that you're able to do you. Sometimes we find ourselves living a life that we never intended for ourselves because of some of the bad decisions or premature decisions that we made, prior to deciding we wanted to do us, So the one thing that Max had was that he was free to do that. He didn't have a wife. He didn't have children. He had family, but no one that was really dependent upon him in order to provide for them at that particular time. And so I just want to throw that out there, make good decisions coming up so that you're able to make the decisions that you desire to make as you get up in age and you're able to go and to do. Your hands are still free to do that, because the one thing that we realized with Max is when time came, he made other decisions. And so, but they were still based on what was good for him and the life that he wanted to live. One of the things I liked about Jamie, and I'm going to throw it in there because as Suzanne and I have told you on many occasions, I'm a life coach. And so I talk to people about owning their truth. I talk to people about, writing the vision and making it plain. And so I am definitely a vision board person. I know there's people out there that have their opinions about vision boards, whether they're good, whether they're not, or whatever the case is. But I'm definitely pro, and Suzanne is definitely pro vision board. We believe in seeing that thing. We believe in coming to an understanding of what it is that we want, and not only what we want, but the plans that we need to make to get there. And that's what Jamie did. Now, she came kicking and screaming. I'm just saying. And so her friend had encouraged her to do a vision board because she had done a vision board, and she said, and everything I put on my vision board, I have received. She wanted a husband. She had a husband. And just the different things that she put on her vision board had come to pass. And she wanted the same for her friend. And so she was encouraging her friend to do that. And Jamie was like, girl, I am not into glue and pasting. That's basically what she said. She didn't say it like that, but that's basically what she was saying. So her friend said, well, paint it, because remember, Jamie was an artist. And so just one night she decided to go ahead and do that. And she began to paint, and things began to happen. And my life lesson from that is, hey, step away from the insanity. If doing it the way you've been doing it all this time would have got you what you wanted, you would already have it. Since it hasn't gotten you what you want, be open to try something new. Paint it if you're not going to glue and paste it. But whatever the case is, don't be afraid to try something different. Especially, our first thing, Suzanne, our first inclination is to say, oh, I'm not going to ever date again, or oh, I'm not going to get married again, or oh, I'm not going to do that again. It's just to like shut down. That's our first inclination. But it ought not to be. Our first inclination is, ooh, girl, it didn't work that time. Let me do it this way, And that's what her friend was trying to tell her. Put it on the vision board. Put down what you want, what you're willing to do to get it, and watch it happen. That's what she really encouraged her. So again, that was one of my takeaways from the vision board, just knowing. Oh, and let me throw a little plug out there. If you want to know more about me and what I do, make sure you go to Activate Your Life Coaching. I'm on Facebook and on my website, activateyourlife.info. Activateyourlifecoaching.info. Okay, so that's me. But definitely a life lesson into writing it out and making it plain. But after you put it on the board, honey, you got to do something. I'm just saying. And so that's what she did. She put it out there, and great things began to happen as a result of her being able to visualize where she wanted to go.
And so one of the things that happens is she discovers that she wants romance. She wants to be in a relationship. And so she paints this thing, and in walks this guy, and I'll give it away. She paints a rose, a specific type of rose, the way it was bloomed. It wasn't a closed rose. It was a very, very fully bloomed, really, really wide rose. And this gentleman asked her for a date, and he's handing her this gorgeous rose, and it looks exactly like that picture. Before she knows it, she goes out on the date, and the background on the picture is exactly like what she had put on the vision. We're going to call it a vision painting. And so what the life lesson was, one, she recognized, I've opened myself up to realize that in this season of my life, I do want to be in a relationship. In this season of my life, I do want to, take the chance, be willing.
Yeah.
And so this gentleman comes in, and he presented himself. He could have been the one. And one of the things that I think the vision board for her, as well as it does for me, is to realize that some things will come in your life and it'll present itself to look exactly like what you think you want. But you need to really know and search your heart to know, is this what I absolutely want? And so she was able to see in this, through the movie, he's what I painted, but he's not exactly what I want. And so then we learn a lesson of compromise. Sometimes just because it hits some of the check marks, we compromise and we accept relationships or adventures or jobs or something that I had a list of 10. It had 5 out of the 10. I'm going to go with the 5 out of 10. At least I got it all. But the reality for her is he was the 5 out of 10. But the 10, everything that was on her list was standing right next to her. But because someone else had made him smaller than what he really was. That's another life lesson. Because someone's voice had their own ideal, his sister, of him not being possibly everything that she wanted. She almost missed it. And one of the things in the movie, she realized that every time she would have this vision to paint these her most extraordinary pieces, was because something in her heart was driving her. She was experiencing the evolution of this great love, and she continued to think it was the guy, but in reality it was the other guy. And so the life lesson is, don't settle for safe. Don't settle for the compromise. Don't settle for half of the list. I'm not saying be dogmatic. I'm saying be open, with an open heart and clear understanding of what you want. You'll be able to say, you know what, this isn't all of it. And I am so good and so great and so worthy. Self-confidence, life lesson number 3. You have to love yourself to say, I deserve all 10. I've had a conversation recently, Connie, with someone who is like a brother to me. I love him. And we were having a conversation because I'm single, and I was saying what I wanted. And he quickly said, you can't get everything that you want.
And you said,
yes, I can get everything that I want. Yes, I can get everything that I want. It's not too hard. The universe is making people all over. I live in a world that there are billions of people all over this planet. If my list is only 10, I'm sure somebody possesses the 10. So it's okay to be patient with yourself. And it's okay that my family member who loves me thought that I couldn't get the 10, but I know enough about, well, the God that I serve. And I know enough about myself to know, yeah, I can have it. So you can have it too. Don't settle.
Absolutely. And you know, Suzanne, one of the things that we need to realize when it comes to life, and I'm not going to talk too much more about the movie because that vision board produced so many great things in her life, and we want you to watch the movie so that you see exactly what comes. But I do want to say, you know, as it relates to what you were just talking about the 10 of whatever the case, it doesn't matter whether it's a person, a job, a home, or whatever the case is, we can have it. But one of the things that we miss out on, and I think people have begun to settle for, remember I said earlier, probably in the other movie review, is that sometimes we sabotage ourselves. We're not saying that he has to walk in the door and have every characteristic that we're looking for, but when you find out what it is that I want in a man, you get to make a decision. You know, I can do that, or I don't want to do that. You get to make a decision, but don't look for me to settle for less just because you're not willing to do more. And I've got to be the same way. I can't ask you to settle for less than me because I'm not willing to do more so that we can come together. And so a lot of things I have found in counseling and in coaching and all of that I do is that a lot of times people just want to be, they say this is who they are, but I'm convinced that some of this stuff we say is who we are and stuff is characteristics that we just took on. It was not who we were created to be. And so sometimes we just want life to be comfortable for us. Honey, it takes work. And if you really want the best, as Suzanne said, you want to live your best life and receive the best things in life, it's going to take some compromise. It's going to take some growing. Can I just say grow up? I'm just saying. You know, it's going to take all of that. And so even in this movie, we see that. We see her being open. We see her being honest and embracing her own truth. You know, yes, she could have had what looked like what it looked like. Or she could have just held on and trusted that everything that she wanted was available to her if she just put the time in, if she just waited, and if she just kept painting it out and believing it to be so. And so, you know, one of our life lessons again is, and I don't want this to come out negative, but don't settle. If there's some things that you want in this life, if there's some things that you want in an individual, on a job, a house, as I said, you know, don't be afraid to do the work, and don't be afraid to communicate to the other person what you want and what you like and what you don't like and all of those things. And when we both do that together, I believe something beautiful will come out of it. Even if one of us decides, you know, I'm not willing to do the work, I'd rather you tell me you're not willing to do the work and walk away than to make me think you're going to do the work and perpetrate for a while and then all of a sudden it all blows up. You know, and so I really enjoyed this movie. Again, I just enjoyed the fact that they brought the vision board piece in it. I enjoyed the fact that she did it differently. Many of us do ours with the glue, the tape, the scissors, and magazines, but she did hers with painting. One of the things that someone mentioned as they were looking at her paintings before her opening herself up to love was that they didn't see the passion in her painting. And sometimes we don't see the passion in our living, Suzanne, because we've given up, because we've shut down. And so this movie teaches us just to be open and try it a different way. If you've been doing it this way all the time and it hasn't been working for you, try something different. Let's try something new. Maybe he's not supposed to be 5'10", pecan tan, okay? Maybe he might be the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You never know, 5'11", 5'8", whatever the case is. But be willing and be open to just loving you. And just loving you.
Well, you said so many good points. I thought I was going to be able to respond to a few of them, but I can't. But I think the basis, because I really just made me want to just have more girl chat about realizing what you want, realizing what you need for your life doesn't look like someone else's picture for your life. Even your parents may think that they know. You talked about that, and just, you know, the vision allows you to grow, because sometimes we put things on our vision board that we're not ready for, but now we can we can focus on what it requires for me to obtain that. Do I need to go back to school? Do I need to trim the fat off my life? Do I need to, if I want to run a marathon, do I need to start running every day a couple of, a mile or two? Sometimes we put something in our lives that we want, but we have to, like you said, be willing to do the work to figure out what it is and how to accomplish it, one step after another step. And before you know it, it'll manifest because you're drawing to it. The vision is we're continuing to go towards that thing, but we change our whole lives to go towards that direction. So yeah, it's so important that we take the time to really analyze ourselves. When we write our vision board, we analyze our own wants, our own heart, to figure out, is this good for my life? And what's my part in it? What do I need to do to change? Have I already compromised too much to even obtain this vision? Do I need to level up? Do I need to go all the way up with my faith, with my walk, with my hope? What do I need to do? I mean, we could talk about this for hours, but what I will tell you is I can't, because my battery has identified with me that it only has 5% left. So I can't talk about it too much longer. But Matt and Jamie, they come together, and it is a good movie, and it does have some really great life lessons. And so we want you, of course, to put some comments. We want you to like. We want you to subscribe to our channel. Let's get into it. And if you can identify with some stuff, maybe it's not just necessarily a comment about the movie. Maybe it's a comment about what we're talking about. Again, she's a life coach. I have a book out in a few weeks. There's something that maybe you want to ask us questions about. We're available for that. Email us, get in contact with us. Our life's mission is to help others. So whatever it is that you want to get at, I don't know why I'm saying this, but whatever it is that you need help with, hey, if we're available, we can give you our opinion, because we're coming from a loving place. We love ourselves and we love people. We have a responsibility to this earth to do good and to impact people in a good way. And so that's why we like to come and share.
Absolutely.
So that's all I got to say for today. This was a great movie, A Brush of Love. You definitely want to watch it.
Absolutely. You want to go out there and take a look at these Hallmark movies. Some that, when you're feeling some kind of way, why don't you go out to the Hallmark channel and take a look at some of the things. But we are definitely looking forward to you telling your friends about this channel. Girl, you're getting something out of this, so go ahead and tell your friends about it. Tell them that
our guy
out there. One is in Atlanta, Georgia, the other one in Southern California, and we're all things Hallmark. And so we thank you all for stopping by. I do want to say, Suzanne, that I'm starting a new mastermind, Soar by Bishop T.D. Jakes. We're going to be discussing that book. We're going to soar. I'm ready to soar. And so in every area of my life. So if you're interested in joining a mastermind with us, please go out to Facebook at www.facebook.com/activateyourlifecoaching and connect with us and let us know how we can serve you. That's what we're all about. One more time, Suzanne, tell us where we can contact you.
Living Victoriously After Divorce. My book is coming out this month, so go pre-order your copy. It is going to be a bestseller, and it's just a book that is a self-help book in case you or someone you know have experienced divorce and you think they're stuck or you're stuck. This is a book that's going to help you figure out how to turn the page and recreate a new life because you're in a new normal. So that's www.livingvictoriouslyafterdivorce. And our email for this channel is down there. Make a comment. We will communicate with you because we love you guys.
Absolutely. So don't forget to go out and see the Hallmark movies. There are some wonderful movies. We've got some great movies coming up. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about it. We want to see you out there. Tell us how we can serve you and how we can continue bringing to you all things
Hallmark. Have a great day, you
guys.
guys.
Until next time, have a good one.
All right, take care, girl. Bye.